evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is day 3 of monsoon session and look at the images on your screen. Protest during a parliament session, opposition united in dissent, dressed in black with placards that say "Save Democracy" and "Murder of Democracy" and slogans demanding justice. Did you get a sense of deja vu? Whether it is CAA, Waqf Amendment Bill or price rise, hand them any issue and out comes the same old protest starter pack. The very same toolkit is being deployed this time to agitate against the ongoing voter roll revision exercise in Bihar. No printed t-shirts, no bags with political messages, no mask. Looks like a shortcut stir, don't you think? Is this because their plan A was short-circuited? Is it because the Operation Sindoor missile that the India alliance thought was locked and loaded has been intercepted? Why do I say that? Because the date and time for Operation Sindoor debate has been announced. Parliament will hold a 32-hour discussion on India's military action. 16 hours in the Lok Sabha and 16 hours in the Rajya Sabha. The Lok Sabha is expected to begin the discussion on July 28 and the Rajya Sabha the day later. Sources have also told us that Prime Minister Modi, who will be back from his foreign tour by then, will intervene during this debate in both houses of parliament. And this comes amidst the opposition's insistence that the Prime Minister should speak on the issue. Clearly left with no other objections to raise, the leader of opposition in Lok Sabha, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, pulled out the Trump tally counter, saying that there is something fishy as the American leader has made eye-brokered ceasefire statement the 25th time. While doing so, Rahul Gandhi also mocked the Prime Minister, who has left for a 4-day foreign tour to the UK and Maldives earlier this month.
आप कह रहे हो कि ऑपरेशन सिंदूर ऑनगोइंग है और फिर आप कह रहे हो विक्ट्री हो गई या विक्ट्री हो गई या सिंदूर ऑनगोइंग है और दूसरी साइड से ट्रंप कह रहा है कि भैया सिंदूर को मैंने बंद किया, सिंदूर को मैंने बंद किया। 25 बार बोला है तो कुछ ना कुछ तो दाल में काला है ना। हाउ कैन प्राइम मिनिस्टर गिव अ स्टेटमेंट? क्या प्राइम मिनिस्टर क्या बोलेंगे कि ट्रंप ने करवाया है? बोल नहीं सकते हैं, बट सच्चाई है ट्रंप ने सीज फायर करवाया है, पूरी दुनिया जानती है, रियलिटी है। रियलिटी से छुपा तो नहीं जा सकता है। हालात अच्छी नहीं है, पूरा देश जानता है। जो अपने आप को देशभक्त कहते हैं वो भग गए।
Bereft of its primary battle plan, Rahul Gandhi and his team fell back on their worn-out war cry, vote chori. This even as the Election Commission revealed that over 56 lakh ghost voters had already been flagged for deletion, pending final checks. But for Rahul Gandhi, facts clearly are inconvenient. He insisted that the issue is far bigger.
महाराष्ट्र में इन्होंने चीटिंग की। हमने सवाल पूछे इलेक्शन कमीशन से, वोटर लिस्ट दिखाइए। इन्होंने वोटर लिस्ट नहीं दिखाई। हमने कहा कि वीडियोग्राफी दिखा दीजिए, वीडियोग्राफी का कानून बदल दिया। 1 करोड़ नए वोटर्स आए थे महाराष्ट्र में और इलेक्शन चोरी किया। हिंदुस्तान में इलेक्शन चोरी किए जा रहे हैं, ये रियलिटी है हिंदुस्तान की। कर्नाटक में हमने भयंकर चोरी पकड़ी है। मैं ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट में आपको दिखाऊंगा, इलेक्शन कमीशन को दिखाऊंगा, ठीक है, ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट में कि कैसे चोरी की जाती है, कहां की जाती है। कर्नाटक में ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट में है हमारे हाथ में, ठीक है, ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट।
और जब हिमाचल में कैसे फिल्म की सरकार चुनाव मशीनरी चुनाव इलेक्शन कराता है, स्टेट की मशीनरी से कराता है, तो उनको अगर इस बात का ज्ञान नहीं है और इसके बाद अपनी सरकार पे आरोप लगा रहे हैं, तो मुझे लगता है कि शायद नेता प्रतिपक्ष की जो होनी चाहिए वो उस जिम्मेदारी का भी निर्वहन नहीं करता।
We are yet to see any proof of what happened in Karnataka and which seat is he talking about. But here are the facts. that we do know. Let's start with the vote theft allegation and remind everyone that if the India bloc thinks that the Election Commission is orchestrating a heist at BJP's behest, are they saying that 1.5 lakh political representatives deployed by these very parties who are the BLA block level agents to help conduct the revision are all part of this robbery? Aren't they working? Do not they come and give the report to their own party chief? So why are they indulging in this desperate attack? Because the syllabus that they had prepared has been revised. They wanted a discussion on Operation Sindoor. The centre complied. They insisted that discussion should take place in the Prime Minister's presence. That has been ensured as the date has been fixed for Monday the next week after Prime Minister's return. They accused the government of running away from accountability and not addressing the opposition's questions on Pahalgam terror attack. Well, now they have 16 hours each in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha to ask whatever they want. Clearly outsmarted, the opposition is now desperate for a face saver and an attention-grabbing narrative. While Tejasvi Yadav is speaking of boycotting elections, even as his allies hold and save democracy placards, Gaurav Gogoi has shifted the goalpost by now asking for Prime Minister Modi to even participate in the debate on the voter revision rolls. Listen in.
पक्ष एक तरीके से इस पर भी आपस में बातचीत कर सकता है कि चुनाव का आप लोग बाइकआउट कर दें कि भैया अपना खुद से लड़ो और जो करना है
नहीं हो सकता है। इस बात पे भी चर्चा हो सकती है। वो हम लोग देखेंगे कि जनता क्या चाहती है और सब लोगों का क्या राय है। अगर ऐसा करना पड़े, जब आप बेईमानी से सब कुछ आप तैयार कर रखे कि उसको इतना सीट देना, उसको इतना सीट देना है, तो चुनाव ही मत कराओ। तो इस पर देखा जाएगा क्या करना।
अगर चुनाव आयोग अगर इस प्रकार की वोट बंदी का काम बिहार में कर रहा है तो सिर्फ और सिर्फ इसके पीछे प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी और गृह मंत्री अमित शाह जी का अनुमति के पश्चात ही हो सकता है। तो हम चाहेंगे कि सदन के अंदर प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी आएं और एसआईआर के चर्चा पे भाग लें और हमें सरकार स्पष्ट रूप से बताए कि ऑपरेशन सिंदूर पर किस तारीख पर चर्चा होगी और एसआईआर को लेकर किस तारीख पर चर्चा होगी।
So ladies and gentlemen, the Motorola legitimate question we are asking on the news are tonight. Disarmed opposition hunting for a new narrative? That's the question and that's the debate coming up on the other side.
You're watching the News Hour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Joining the debate tonight, Pradeep Bhandari, national spokesperson of the BJP, Deepak Reddy, national spokesperson of the Telugu Desam Party, Dr. Anupriya Yadav, spokesperson of the JDU. Also joining the debate, Ravi Shankar Ravi, national spokesperson of the RJD, Siddharth Sharma, national spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party. But my first question goes to Congress leader Sanjay Jha. And Sanjay Jha, has the main plank that the opposition had planned for been snatched from you? Because the Prime Minister is going to participate and intervene in the entire matter on Operation Sindoor. That was the first demand by the Congress party. Just because the government has given in to the demand of the opposition, are you now running helter-skelter to somehow corner the government on something? And is that why 3 days have been washed out in Parliament? Today, the Parliament actually met for a total of maybe 23 or 24 minutes in the Lok Sabha and the similar amount of time in the Rajya Sabha. Really? What is it that you're looking for? If you want a debate is what you'll get. But you can't expect the government to respond to the issues that you have with the Election Commission, because those responses have to come from the Election Commission.
Navika, good evening to you and to all my fellow panelists on the program. Let us be very honest. Right now we are finding that the situation politically looks to be extremely dark and complicated, especially with the resignation, very abrupt, extremely surprising of the Vice President, Mr. Dhankar. And I don't think the government of our country has come across with flying colors at all. An independent constitutional head who's resigned citing health reasons that everyone who knows politics will tell you is not convincing at all. And I'm not going to indulge in any speculation, but the truth is that if you look at the response of the BJP and the ruling government, I think there are concerns about the very cavalier, very contemptuous manner in which a constitutional authority has been probably treated by this government. But we'll talk about it later during the program. You know, you mentioned about the role of the opposition. Navika, there is one data point which is very critical in today's program. The NDA is in government. Mr. Modi is the prime minister. But let us look at the vote shares as well. The seats is one part. They have 44% vote share. Rahul Gandhi, as the leader of the opposition, represents 42% of the vote share. So in terms of the public mandate, the difference is very marginal. It's first past the post and the BJP is in power. That's perfectly fine. But let us learn to respect that whatever Rahul Gandhi and other members of the opposition are saying, they're saying it with the legitimate backing of a vast section of this country. Now, what is disappointing, Navika, is it's not just about Operation Sindoor. Mr. Modi is not going to do a favor to the country or to the opposition or to the media by making a statement on Operation Sindoor. He's not doing any favors to this great democracy. That is what he's being paid for. Mr. Modi draws a salary from the government exchequer for what? I mean, he's flying abroad on very highly secured aircrafts. The taxpayer pays for it, and it's his job to answer. It's like you saying that Times Now should be grateful that I'm anchoring the program, or me telling my company that you should be happy that I'm attending office. That's Mr. Modi's job. He should do it, and I don't think he's doing anybody any charitable favor by speaking on it. That's a minimum expectation threshold of the people of our country. Here's my third point. Talking of democracy, and I'm not going to get into every issue. There are many panelists who need to speak. I'm going to quote to you what the Supreme Court's Chief Justice, the Honorable Chief Justice, Mr. Gawai, mentioned on the ED. And Navika, you and I have done several debates on the ED and the washing machine story of the BJP. Tell me, Navika, you're a seasoned veteran journalist. If the Supreme Court's Chief Justice of India has to tell the ED, why are you fighting political battles? Isn't that shameful for Mr. Modi's government? Because that's exactly what we've been saying for the last couple of years. The opposition is being hounded. They are being put in jail. These are manifestations of a fascist mindset.
What does that have to do with the issues that are being raised in Parliament, my friend? I understand what you're saying. I take your point, as did the Supreme Court. But what does that have to do with washing away 3 days of the Parliament session? Sanjay Jha, you're normally very coherent, normally very logical, but today you're not making sense. Yes, the Prime Minister's job is to attend Parliament and answer your questions, fair point. But the Prime Minister's job is also to go and do trade pacts with other countries, like he is doing in the United Kingdom, to make relations with other countries as the head of the country, and he is doing that. Well, the choice of timing will depend on mutual agreements between countries, but what does that have to do with the Prime Minister being made to answer on Operation Sindoor, being made to answer on the voter revision list, things that are in court, things that are with the Election Commission? I'm not getting it, Sanjay Jha, so go back to the drawing board, think of new excuses and new logic on why you're holding up the Parliament. But Pradeep Bhandari, is suddenly the opposition trying to show you that, oh, what you've done about Mr. Dhankar, the former vice president, is extremely wrong? They were right when they were bringing an impeachment motion against him in December, but suddenly they're heartbroken because he has resigned. Do you really believe, their sudden heartbreak over the resignation of the vice president as being the major reason concerning them?
Well, Navika ji, all of us wish the Honorable ex-vice president a very good health, and because as per him, he's not in good health and he's, as per medical advice, he's resigned. And I will not let Sanjay Jha politicize this matter. But let me come to the core argument. Nobody could understand what Sanjay Jha is speaking. This is exactly the state of the Indian voter whenever Rahul Gandhi goes ahead and campaign. And this is why Rahul is for the third consecutive time sitting in opposition with 99 seats and 21.4% vote share, which for Sanjay Jha is normal, very well and good. That is something which will repeat in 2029. Sanjay, you can sit back again in opposition. But let me come to facts. Navika ji, I'll tell you why they are wasting 2.5 lakh rupees of taxpayer every minute. Because Rahul Gandhi has been the worst performing MP till date. Budget session 2024, 0% attendance. Winter session 2023, 36% attendance. Budget session 2022, 38% attendance. Winter session 2021, 0% attendance, because he has a habit of going on secret foreign trips. This is why he cannot digest the fact when he's lost the narrative. He has no other problem, no other step apart from disrupting. Recall what happened when the opposition was asking for a discussion on Manipur. The opposition walked out from the discussion on Manipur. Recall when the parliament was going on, how Rahul had instructed his member of parliaments, when the prime minister was speaking, go to the well and disrupt the speech of the prime minister. So his habit is to not let the parliament function, because he has a history of looting. An allegation is that he has looted more than 2,000 crore of money of the Indian freedom fighters. Now he is going ahead and wasting the money of the Indian taxpayers. Now, what did the opposition ask? They asked us for a discussion of Operation Sindoor. We provided, and it has been agreed that when the Prime Minister will be present, there will be a discussion of Operation Sindoor. But Rahul is unhappy with it. This is why he's saying, why are you celebrating the victory of the forces on Operation Sindoor? Now, on the part of Bihar, every logical constitutional person who understands an iota of the Constitution of India will know that when the matter is sub judice in the Constitution in front of the Supreme Court on the 28th of July, there is no logic of discussing it in the Parliament, because it is not the purview of the Parliament to discuss a constitutional matter which is sub judice to the Supreme Court. So why is Rahul Gandhi doing all of this, Navika ji? Because they know they have lost the narrative on Operation Sindoor. Nobody is buying the narrative on voter theft, like nobody buys their argument on EVM. This is why they stopped speaking on EVM. And they know they are losing the election on Bihar. This is why now Tejasvi Yadav, in order to have a saving grace, is saying that we will boycott the election because he cannot loot the booth. Opposition today is stumped because they've lost the narrative and they do not have the people's support.
Ravi Shankar Raviji, my question to you is simply this. The Election Commission has just put out some numbers. 98% of the electors have been covered in the SIR so far. 20 lakh of these people were people who were deceased. 20 lakh people. 28 lakh people have permanently migrated from Bihar to other places in the country. 7 lakh voters have been found to be enrolled in more than one place. So the double voting check has been done. 1 lakh electors are untraceable. All of these are people who would have resulted in bogus voting. Now the cleanup of this, is this what you are objecting to? क्योंकि आपके vote base कम हो जाएंगे, number one. No. And number two, how can you insist that anybody from the government responds to this debate, especially because this is something that has to be either responded to by the Election Commission or by the Supreme Court, which is now seized of the matter?
Navika ji, I would like to answer your second question first. Nothing could be more important than the voting rights in a democracy. So this is a matter of utmost importance, and this should be discussed. People, leaders, from the ministers, from the ruling party, they have been speaking on different platforms, Facebook, Twitter, outside the parliament, but they are running away from discussing it in the parliament. After so much of agitation and demands, they have agreed to give a lot of time for the discussion in both the houses. Now, coming back to your first question. See, SIR, Special Intensive Revision, this is not taking place in Bihar. It is a sinister, ill-timed renewal. There is nothing special about it. There is nothing intensive about it. It is a very casual exercise. If you have to collect the forms with signature, without signature, with photographs, without photographs, with documents, without documents, you can collect in a very short period of time. There is no issue in that. As far as the deletion of the deceased or the people who have migrated are concerned, that can be done in the regular exercise also, which takes place all through the year. If not in the regular exercise, then at least in the summary revision, which happens before every election. So what is special and what is intensive about it? Now, and on a lighter note, the people, the deceased, or either they have been deleted or they are likely to be deleted in future. Is the Election Commission also collecting some kind of documentary proof for the deceased? Like,
I'm sure your block level agents would be doing that. You have between the opposition 1.5 block level agents. If there is any foul play, won't they come and tell you?
Navika ji, who is shifting the goalpost? Now, the authority is entrusted with the EROs, who will decide about the legitimacy of a voter. What about the 11 listed documents that
Ravi
Election Commission
has the Supreme Court thrown the matter out of the courts? Isn't 28th of July the date when the Supreme Court will hear the matter again? But Pradeep Bhandari, why do they want the Prime Minister to respond to this? Because they thought Prime Minister will not respond to Operation Sindoor. Ab wo bhi ho gaya. Ab isme goalpost badal diya. What's going on?
Navika ji, you are one of the most respected and senior journalists in the country. आप मुझे एक बात बताइए, 48,000 booth level agents are there of RJD. Not a single official complaint by one of these 47,000 booth level agents has been done to the Election Commission. Is RJD suggesting that it has no faith in the Supreme Court of India? Because the Supreme Court of India has enlisted the matter on the 28th of this month. So please put your argument in front of the Supreme Court of India. If it has merit, the Supreme Court will stay the SIR exercise. It did not do so. So you know that they are losing the narrative, Navika ji. They know they have lost the narrative on Operation Sindoor because the world has acknowledged India has given a befitting reply. Now they know they have lost the narrative on SIR. Nobody in Bihar is believing that voter theft is taking place. That is why 98% plus voters have already registered and more than 2% will further register, where 12 political parties consultation is taken by Election Commission. So they have nowhere to go. This is why Tejasvi Yadav has started another third narrative कि हम इलेक्शन को बॉयकॉट करेंगे क्योंकि हम बूथ नहीं लूट सकते. I have an open challenge, Navika ji. I will apologize on your show if Ravi ji can even enlist me 10 official booth level complaints of their booth level agents. 47,000
How many complaints have you filed so far? Ravi Shankar Ravi ji, how many complaints have been filed by your party?
Navika ji, where do these complaints are filed? You inquire from the Election Commission whether they are receiving the complaints or not. There are reports from the ground.
रवि जी, आपके बूथ लेवल एजेंट में किसी ने भी एक ऑफिशियल कंप्लेंट नहीं करी है. अपना आरजेडी का ट्विटर हैंडल चेक कर लो.
And
आप नाम बता दो.
It's such a transparent world today. Everybody is putting on social media everything. If you have complained and nobody is taking your complaint, you can put it on social media. That weapon is available to you. But Dr. Anupriya Yadav, why are they making this an issue? Because neither have they complained, nor have they put on anything on social media. And may I tell you, just last year there were electoral roll revisions in 4 states: Haryana, Jharkhand, Maharashtra and Jammu and Kashmir. Out of the 4 states, the BJP lost 2 of these states, Jammu and Kashmir as well as Jharkhand. अगर सब कुछ बीजेपी खुद ही कर रही है, इलेक्शन कमीशन उनकी जेब में है, then why did the BJP lose 2 state elections?
नविका जी, आपने बहुत ही मतलब सही सवाल पूछा और ये एजेंडा भी है विपक्ष का. विपक्ष लगातार चुनाव के पहले अपनी राजनीतिक स्थिति को अनुभव करके यह जान चुका होता है कि उसकी स्थिति बहुत कमजोर है, वो चुनाव लूज करने जा रही है. मुझे एक बात समझ में नहीं आ रहा है कि विपक्ष बार बार सत्ता पक्ष से यह सवाल क्यों पूछ रहा है कि इलेक्शन कमीशन ने इस टाइमिंग को क्यों चूज किया, क्योंकि ये सब बिहार की बात नहीं है, ये पूरे कंट्री में होना है। और इन मैटर को लेकर के विपक्ष ने सुप्रीम कोर्ट का भी दरवाजा खटखटाया। सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने आश्वासन दिया और निर्देश भी दिया इलेक्शन कमीशन को कि एक सिंगल वोटर जो वैलिड है वो इस लिस्ट से बाहर नहीं होना चाहिए, ये आपकी ड्यूटी है। दूसरा, एसआईआर की बात ये कहते हैं कि हमें उसके कार्यों पे कोई शक नहीं है, उसके टाइमिंग पे शक है। मैं एक सवाल पूछती हूँ, क्या बिहार में अभी इलेक्शन अनाउंसमेंट होता है तो आरजेडी यह कहती है कि बाढ़ है और इन परिस्थितियों में हम इलेक्शन नहीं लड़ेंगे? नहीं, यह बिल्कुल एक पॉलिटिकल स्टंट है, क्योंकि इनको पता होता है। और इसी तरह का स्टंट उन्होंने 2024 के लोकसभा में भी अपनाया कि संविधान खतरे में है, ये कहते हैं कि ईवीएम की चोरी होती है। बट जब झारखंड की बात होती है, कर्नाटका की बात होती है और जहां पे विपक्ष की सत्ता सरकार होती है, वहां किसी भी तरह की चोरी नहीं होती है। लकीली आज हमारे जेडीयू के एक सांसद ने एक स्टेटमेंट दिया, जो कि वो उनका निजी स्टेटमेंट है, उसके बावजूद मैं कोट करती हूं। उन्होंने कहा कि यह थोड़ी और समय देनी चाहिए थी प्रक्रिया में। तो इस बात की श्योरिटी कोई नहीं कह सकता कि कौन किसका वोटर है। इट मींस अगर 56 लाख वोटर्स की बात हो रही है, जिसमें कि आपने पॉइंट आउट किया कि 20 लाख वोटर है जो मृत हो चुके हैं और अलग अलग कैटेगरीज है, तो यह कोई भी तय नहीं कर रहा है कि ये वोटर किसका है। जो सवाल का जवाब इलेक्शन कमीशन को देना है वो हमें पूछा जा रहा है। और इसी बात की हिदायत आज बिहार विधानसभा में माननीय मुख्यमंत्री जी ने कहा तेजस्वी जी को कि बच्चों जैसी हरकत मत करो, बच्चे हो, तुम्हें नहीं पता है, इलेक्शन लड़ो, इलेक्शन तुम्हारा लड़ना काम है क्योंकि तुम एक पॉलिटिकल पार्टी हो। लेकिन जिस तरह की काम लगातार, और मैं एक बात और भी कहूंगी कि विपक्ष के एजेंडा क्या है और मंशा क्या है। ये एक विपक्ष के रूप में इनकी कार्यप्रणाली यह होनी चाहिए थी, वो सत्ता पक्ष से जनहित के बारे में सवाल पूछे, जनहितों पे उनका मार्गदर्शन करे। लेकिन यह अभी कुछ देर पहले आरजेडी के प्रवक्ता बोल रहे थे कि अलग अलग प्लेटफॉर्म पे सत्ता पक्ष जवाब दे रहे हैं, लेकिन यह सदन में नहीं बोल रहे हैं। आप सदन चलने देना चाहते नहीं है। लगातार बिहार विधानसभा में
nobody is sitting in parliament, nobody is allowing parliament to function. So Sanjay Jha, what is the problem? The whole matter hasn't gotten over. The matter is coming up in Supreme Court. How can the Prime Minister or the government give a response on something on which the Election Commission has to respond, and they have to respond in the Supreme Court?
Navika, there are 2 points that are very important today. I think that we need to reiterate that Supreme Court will deliver its verdict on July 28th or a few days later. But here is the important point. The Supreme Court questioned the Election Commission on the timing, which is very crucial for Bihar. Why did it start 6 months ago? No answers given. Number 2, as to why were they not accepting the EPIC as well as the ration?
Fair point. Those questions were raised, but the Supreme Court still did not stay the process. Sanjay Jha, now you cannot quote half the facts and forget the other half. The fact is questions were asked, but the fact is also the Supreme Court did not stay. If the Supreme Court does not find this fair, they can come back and they can say that we are not satisfied with the exercise, let's cancel the exercise. You'll have to keep faith in the Supreme Court of India,
we do, Navika,
which you yourself are saying had made comments against the Election Commission, which had raised questions for them, made questions against the Enforcement Directorate, yet you will continue to question and waste the Parliament's time. I'm not getting your logic.
Navika, here is the point that I think I was going to make the second one. The TDP, and I think Mr. Reddy is here from TDP, the TDP as a party has also cautioned the government. Their alliance partners, they have told the government, please ensure that there is no violation of the fundamental rights to voters, and they are equally concerned because I'm happy that at least they have had the courage to challenge the government. Even the JDU, Dr. Yadav is not aware. Even the JDU is...
Now you're clutching at straws. Mr. Deepak Reddy, they are trying to find out if there is a problem between you and the BJP, and will this be a breakup issue between the you and the BJP because you've challenged the BJP. Please respond to Sanjay Jha, who's wishing for trouble. उनका trouble तो बहुत हो रहा है, आम आदमी पार्टी, अखिलेश यादव, तेजस्वी यादव, but they're looking at your troubles. Please respond to him.
For a change,
they have been praying for this from ever since the election results were announced, Navika ji. And I mean, I remember coming on air right after the results. I said this NDA ecosystem is not going to last more than 6 months, but but I can see the cracks after a year. So that pretty much explains it. But coming to Mr. Gandhi's couple of comments, what he made, he says elections chori hua. I mean, I think I want to give a little bit of clarity on this. I want to quote Karnataka. When BJP lost Karnataka, that was the only state which they were in power in the south. If it is getting managed, would they lose the only state they have in south? And coming to Telangana, how did Congress win in that case? And how did Rahul Gandhi and most of the members of Congress win if it was manipulated? And I would like to give one particular example of Andhra Pradesh, a zone which I was heading. Two parliament seats, 7 MLAs we have won, but the MP we lost. You can see both the MLA and the MP voting machines are right next to each other. If it was manipulated, elections are manipulated in this country, why would we let go of our MP when we won all 7 MLAs in that segment? So whatever the Congress or the India ecosystem talks about elections, it is just to hold their cadre together, because after 3 defeats, after hat-trick, people will start losing confidence. They said there's no point in sticking around with a party which has no future or which is not going to win. So they have to talk this way to hold on to their cadre. And coming to my constituency, which I represent, Anantapur constituency, in the past when there were no electronic voting machines, Congress has rigged more than 1.5 lakh votes in one parliament, and there is a case which is booked also. So probably the Congress is thinking that we cannot win with these electronic machines. If we go back to manual voting, we can probably rig. That's probably one of the reasons they're demanding. So all said and done, Navika ji, here the issue is they don't care about the problems of the people. Every day 10 crores of rupees is getting wasted. People have a number of problems. They don't want to talk about the problems of the people or matters of national interest. So it's absolutely clear. Once the general election results were announced, Rahul Gandhi came on air and said he was not unhappy that he lost 3 times, but he said now we have the numbers to disrupt the parliament. And that is exactly what they're doing. They're not interested about the process. They're not interested about the country. They're not interested about the people. They just want to be relevant and they want to disturb the parliament. This is pretty much, it's pretty sad.
Sorry to break the bad news to you. Deepak Reddy seems to be speaking the language of the BJP, and you're still left high and dry. They're not coming towards the Congress party anytime soon. But next, I'm going to the person who has just left your alliance. In fact, they are saying they left it right after the Lok Sabha elections, but the heavy announcement came now. And Siddharth Sharma ji, I want to ask you, this voter rolls, these EVM bahanas, are these specially being made so that the India alliance can stay together? You've walked out. You can now see things from a distance, and you may probably be able to see it clearly. Do you think this is being done to just keep all the disgruntled alliance partners together? Because there's nothing else that is in common between the Congress and the Samajwadi and the RJD and the Trinamool Congress. So, voter list karte raho, ताकि कम से कम झंडा लेके खड़े होने के लिए एक मुद्दा तो मिल जाए.
It seems to be so, Navika ji, because as your visuals are suggesting, a parliament conundrum is happening right now. And as the 5th largest party in the Rajya Sabha, I think Aam Aadmi Party is expected to behave correspondingly. Now, what has happened here is that BJP and Congress are hoodwinking the people of India in procrastinating the parliament discussions on 3 major issues. One is Pahalgam, second is ceasefire, and third is the no vote bandi in Bihar. Now, before proving how they are playing this fixed match, I hope you would not mind, Navika ji, to see how this a real match is played. BJP has won on the plank of national security. That's a fact. Now, after Pahalgam, it admitted to security lapse. That's also a fact. Now, how it happened and who is responsible for the lapse has to be explained in the parliament. That is one part. Number two, Trump seems hell-bent on gifting 75 repetitions of his taking credit on ceasefire by the time our Pradhanji celebrates his 75th happy birthday in a few weeks' time. Now, as for Bihar SIR, it has become the proverbial Schrodinger's cat. Both dead and alive at the same time, exists only as a thought experiment, not in real life. Just like I cannot disown my own child, how can the Election Commission of India, in its right mind, say that the voter ID issued by ECI itself is not valid? Now, now all these issues have to be discussed in Parliament via a set of procedures.
Wow.
Aam Aadmi Party MP, Mr. Sanjay Singh, has done it by moving a motion under Rule 267 of the Parliament Business Rules. Congress, rather than doing it inside, is shouting hoarse itself outside the Parliament. Seems Congress is deliberately bowling no balls, which BJP is hitting for a six. In such a fixed match, hundreds of runs can be scored without even a single ball being bowled. A classic case of swindling, both by the Congress and the BJP. Basically, Congress is फैलाइंग रायता which suits BJP perfectly. This is the
रायता फैलाना आपको सूट करा. Pradeep Bhandari, but it's true. All of you are speaking about the SIR outside the Parliament. What is the problem if you discuss it inside?
Navika ji, first of all, the man who's giving sermons, please look at the reality. He was speaking about his Aam Aadmi Party member of Parliament. He was suspended from the monsoon session for going in the well and doing dhapli there. So ये आपकी सच्चाई है. This is you, sir. Sir, this is you. You are a hit wicket. You have a history of being always hit wicket. आप खेल ही नहीं पाते. अरे आपके बीच में नहीं बोला मैं. आप बैटिंग नहीं कर पाते, बॉलिंग नहीं कर पाते, आप हिट विकेट होते हो. ये आपका इतिहास रहा है. तो पहले क्रिकेट खेलना सीखो, फिर ज्ञान दो. पहली बात. अरे काहे घबरा रहे हो? काहे, मैं आपको सुन रहा था ना. नविका जी, I was listening to my dear friend very patiently. He's absolutely lined up when I've shown a picture of his member of Parliament. On the point of SIR, what is the logic of
संदीप शर्मा जी, रायता मत फैलाइए. कांग्रेस ने फैलाया है. यहाँ इनको जवाब देने दीजिए. सिद्धार्थ शर्मा जी.
शर्मा जी, मैं आपसे कह रहा हूं, पहले क्रिकेट में बॉलिंग और बैटिंग करना सीखो. हिट विकेट करने का इतिहास है. ये देखिए आप. अरे क्या हो गया भैया? नोटा के बराबर बिहार में वोट आए हैं, तो नोटा से भी कम वोट आए, तो इतना घबरा क्यों रहे हो? शो पे क्यों घबरा रहे हो?
अभी तो इलेक्शन नहीं हुआ.
पिछले वाले में देखिए ना.
I thought you had the results before.
No, I said पिछले वाले 2020 में क्या नहीं. नविका जी, 2020 में कितने वोट आए थे इनके? कितने वोट आए थे इनके? इनको भी नहीं पता होगा कितने वोट आए थे.
वोट आपको तमिलनाडु में 0 आए थे.
अरे भैया, तो हाँ, तो हमने सवाल थोड़ी उठाया था प्रक्रिया में. वोट 0 नहीं आए थे, सीट कम आई थी. वोट हमें 11% से ज्यादा मिला. अरे भैया, कुछ तो समझो. पानी पी लो, पानी.
तमिलनाडु नहीं जाएंगे क्या?
शर्मा जी, अरे वहां भी 0 वोट नहीं आए. वहां भी 0 वोट नहीं आए. वहां भी डबल डिजिट वोट शेयर है. कुछ तो पढ़ के आओ. चलो, मैं कह रहा हूं नविका जी, व्हाट इज द लॉजिक ऑफ डिस्कसिंग द SIR in the Parliament when it is in the jurisdiction of the Supreme Court of India? That is my premise.
It is a national concern. A law minister under whom the election commission comes can, or rather,
but we are not the party in the case. It's the election commission which is the party in the case.
The
and
party
the
in the country.
No, that is true, but in the case we are not a party. So we are. It is the election commission to answer to the Supreme Court of India. Why are we to answer?
Makes logical sense. Makes logical sense, Sanjay Jha. But we did a short survey on social media. Operation Sindoor debate next week. Prime Minister Modi to attend. Opposition's main attack foiled. Yes, say 84% people. No, say 9%. Don't have any views, 7%. So Sanjay Jha, are you floundering somewhere? Because majority of the people believe that you're blocking Parliament on a whim and a fancy. Save democracy placards are fine, but for democracy, Parliament has to function. Operation Sindoor will be debated next week. This week, there was time to get some business done, to raise some pertinent questions related to the people of India. But what are we seeing? Disruption, disruption, disruption. Deja vu, because simply what happens every session is what is happening this session. Whatever be the topic, the fact is Parliament comes to a grinding halt and the opposition is only looking at getting some brownie points. And those brownie points are not points that impact you and me, ladies and gentlemen. They are not about the common people of India. They are only about political point scoring. And that is where the question is being asked. You and I pay 25 lakh rupees per hour for Parliament to function. But when it gets disrupted, what do we get out of it? Just taxes that we pay, but have no say in the behavior of political parties? That's the question that somebody needs to think about and debate. And that is a question that people want to be asking and want answers to. We leave it at that. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.